What's up, everybody? How's it going? How's your days been overall? Having a good Wednesday. What's up, Phoenix? What's up, Ray? How's it going? How y'all doing? Yeah, you ready for a different game style? Wait, is this not in the same style as the other game? It's not like a point and click. And then you go to the. Woo! How am I yawning? The stream just started. We're cooked. But is it not like a point around when you're investigating and then in the courtroom just click evidence? I mean, I guess I'll find out when I start playing, but as you can see on the screen, we're back to Ace Attorney. And we're playing Ace Attorney Investigations. Spoiler? Is that a spoiler? Is saying the gameplay style is different, does that count as a spoiler? Like I said, on Monday, it's finally time to get back into Ace Attorney. Will I be able to finish all these Ace Attorney games before I go back to school? Who knows? But I will try my best. So I guess let's just get into it. Enough yapping. Let's get into it. Let me know how the audio is. Let me know if I'm too quiet, if the game is too loud, or vice versa. I think there's 2 games in this collection, right? Yeah, so there's the first one, and then there's the second one. So surely we play the second one first, right? Of course. Oh, you can just select the episode straight up? HD or pixel art? We gotta go HD, right? No point in having a remastered version if we're gonna not use the HD. Oh, but you can change the style anytime, bet. Pixel? Why would I play Pixel, bro? You're crazy. This ain't the Nintendo DS. Cause I think this was a DS game, right? If I'm not mistaken. I got a freaking achievement for playing the game with HD. DS and Game Boy Advance. Damn. March 14th, 1:16 a.m. To make sure the defendant is found guilty, what other choice do I have? That's the job of a prosecutor, after all. That may be true, but why? Why go this far? Sorry, maybe I wasn't clear enough. But a guilty verdict is all that matters. Damn! No matter what they caused? Oh! Bro, frame 1, someone got shot? No way Olympians are out here killing guys. So we already know who did it? Bro, what the heck? I'm a prodigy among prosecutors. Always have been, always will be. Frame 1, people are getting shot. March 14th. 2:05 a.m. Prosecutor's building, 12th floor hallway. Oh my god. Yeah, shiny forehead indeed, bro. That guy's forehead was crazy. No sure, Momo. I've been quitting Kratos all week. What's up, Tainted? I'm just quoting Anakin, Kratos, and The Sopranos. How about that? How about that? Banger opening? That was a crazy opening. I didn't expect someone to get shot. Well, you know what? I'm not as surprised that someone got shot. I think it's crazier that we saw their face already. Look, it's Miles Edgeworth. It's hard to believe I've been away from my office for a whole month. I hope Detective Gumshoe has been keeping an eye on my office and keeping it clean. The door's unlocked. No way. Oh, was that in his office? Because his thing was up there. No way we're getting framed already. Detective Gumshoe? What's this smell? It's very familiar. Blood? Yeah, we're cooked. We're cooked. We just started and we're cooked. Oh, they roughed up the office too. That's probably where the body is, huh? What the? Ooh. What's the meaning of this? Freeze! Oh, the cops are already there. Or is it Gumshoe? It's Gumshoe, right? No, it's not. Who's this bald guy? Identify yourself? Shut up. Shut up, you buggables. You've got some nerve committing murder in the prosecutor's office. Oh. Is that a threat? Why, bruh, if you wanted to... What's with these red things? Are these snipers? What's happening, bruh? Let me make one thing very clear. What? No one gets away with committing murder in my office. No one. No way he's leaving. You have a gun. What was the point of shooting that? I feel like that was stupid as hell. My name is Miles Edgeworth, and I work as a prosecutor in my local district. Little did I know that upon my return home after a month abroad, I would be thrusted in a multitude of cases and some very frantic and busy days. Dang. He's cooked. Wait, what is this? Oh, yo, the prosecutor's badge looks so much nicer than the attorney badge. Or what is that? Is it attorney? What is it called? Defender or whatever they call it. Is that the guy that died? The victim in the case? Why was he killed in my office? All right. I finished photographing the victim's body, sir. Very well, please continue your investigation. Did he drop the gun too, or was that the other guy's gun? Yes, sir. How did his... It looked like he was standing up when he got shot. Oh, you know, he probably got shot, clutched his stomach or wherever he got shot, and then, like, fell and grabbed there. Because I'm thinking, how did the blood get there? Ah! Mr. Edgeworth, are you okay, sir? Keep it down, detective. This is a crime scene. When I heard that a murder had taken place in your office, I ran up here straight away. I forgot his first name was Dick, bro. This is Dick Gumshoe. He's a detective with the local precinct. And the one they assigned to handle this murder case for the time being. You're looking a little pale, sir. Are you hurt? No, I'm perfectly fine. However... You're telling me the painting was so... Bro, the animations are so smooth. What the heck? But what I was saying is, you're telling me the painting is so thick that the bullet didn't pierce the wall after? Or maybe it did and I can't see it yet. Look what they did to your office. It's totally trashed. I'll say the culprit sullied my floor with dirt rather well. No one gets away with tracking mud into my office. Go ahead and go Richard's name. Whoa! Sounds like you're getting really burned up over this whole thing. The crime was committed in my office, so it's my responsibility to solve it. Ho ho! That's just like you, Mr. Edgeworth. Okay, time to do some investigating. Agreed. Our first course of action is to gather relevant facts and leads. We must not overlook anything, no matter how small, if we are to find the truth. So I'll keep any leads or information we find etched into the forefront of my mind. speaking of things that piqued my interest, my curiosity, why of all places did the murder occur in my office? I mean, it's probably because there's another prosecutor trying to fuck you over, honestly. Okay. Oh. I get the nagging feeling that this is something important to keep in mind. Yeah, I was wondering that myself, sir. I mean, you can't really say it's just a coincidence, can you? No, not really. Especially because of this. The key to your office? This officer's door has locked built into it. Okay, I mean, that's not that crazy. What do you mean, sir? If you think about it carefully and use logic, it should become clear to you. Logic? By finding the connection between two pieces of information and connecting them, the new information is born. That is the end result of using logic. What? Okay. I was about to start cooking Gumshoe, being like, I don't know why he needs this explained to him, but I'm gonna, okay, you know, let me shut up before I keep talking. So how do you use it? First, I recall the information we gathered with Q, and then I connect them together. Okay, so what I was gonna say, this is probably a new mechanic or a new feature, and I'm right. This is a new mechanic, so I'm sorry, Gumshoe. You're not dumb. They're just trying to explain the game to me. Now to use Q and recall the facts. Crime scene, my office. Okay. The office key. I mean, there's only two pieces of information, so I'm assuming we connect them. For security reasons, all prosecutors' doors are outfitted with locks, which means it would have been hard for the murderer and the victim to get in here. Yeah, so is it a... No, but the door was already open when he came, so it's not like the door was locked. It'd be worse if it was locked, and we had to unlock the door and walk in. But because it was already open, we know that they broke in somehow, at least. Ergo, it's impossible to dismiss the location of this crime as a mere coincidence. Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking, sir. There must be a reason why someone infiltrated my room. What was the killer after? Why did this happen in my office? What was the killer after? Okay. You're really on the ball today, Mr. Edgeworth. That's some beautiful logic, sir. Yes, well, when you follow leads to their conclusions, only the truth remains. However, if the information doesn't line up properly, I may stray from the truth as well. Oh, so if I mess up logic connections, I lose health? Okay. I kind of understand. But if I think carefully before piecing leads together, the logic should flow. Well, let's get started with our investigation, shall we? Yes, sir. Begin investigation, okay. The basis of any good investigation is to examine everything, sir. I know that, and when I want to examine something, I simply use space when I'm next to it. Oh, if you ever feel lost and want to talk, use T, okay? I'll give you great, precise advice as an ace investigator, sir. Something to try later if I have free time, I suppose. Wait, so it's not... Oh, okay, it is. I thought it was gonna be like walking around. Oh, it is walking around. What? So I can walk around with like WASD, but I can also just click to move? That's cool. Okay, well, first and foremost, we gotta investigate the gun, right? Surely. Okay, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to touch the gun. Is it T? You called, sir? Nah, you're good. How do I touch the gun? Oh, it's space. I'm stupid. What have we here? Could this perhaps be the murder weapon? If so, it would mean that the killer made their escape after disposing of their gun here. I think I've seen one of these before. I mean, it's a revolver. Is it a police revolver, though? It could be, because the guy that shot him, the shiny forehead guy, he said he was a prosecutor. And if he was a prosecutor, it would be possible for him to get a police revolver. Can you enlighten me as to where? Oh, I know. I was issued the exact same... Yeah, so it is a police revolver. Okay. Detective. I don't really think guns... I don't really like guns all that much. I mean, they're really dangerous. But now that I think about it, you do see this model around the precinct a lot, sir. I don't use mine much except in emergency, so that's why I didn't recognize it. So it's the same type of revolver as the ones used by this precinct's detectives. Of course, of course, of course. I mean, we gotta freaking see this guy's body and stuff, surely. They finished floating the graphing the body, so it should be alright to examine this area. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious looking nook and cranny. I mean, first the wallet, for sure. What do we have here? Hey, I think I've seen one of these before. Or is it a badge? It's a police badge, detective. Oh, hey, I have the exact same thing, actually. What a coinkydink. Let's take a look inside. Buddy Faith, ranked detective? What a name. Mr. Buddy Faith. It would appear our victim was a detective just like you. I seem to have gathered a few pieces of pertinent information. Now calmly use some logic and figure out if anything that are connected. Bro, we didn't finish investigating. What the hell? We gotta get the blood on his hands? The blood on his stomach? Like, what the hell? There's blood all over his lower abdomen area. It looks like the bullet passed clean through his stomach area, sir. In other words, he was shot. Yup, and until the autopsy's done, I don't think we'll know much more than that. Please have the body sent to the morgue once they're done processing the crime scene. Damn. Oh, I didn't even see. There was like letters written behind there. Nah, what the heck? Are you going to be okay with keeping track of the evidence we find, sir? Of course. This is the safest way I know to keep track of it all. Alright, if you say so. I keep all the evidence I find either in or with my organizer. When I want to re-examine a piece, I have but to press E to open my organizer. But the organizer isn't only for evidence, I keep people's profiles on hand in it too. It's probably a good idea to make a habit of checking the facts often. Okay, that's fine and dandy, shut up about that. What is this, bro? What did he write? I don't believe that. I packed those files in the shelf so tight that not even an earthquake could make them fall off. But just look at them. At this rate, the rest of the files won't be able to withstand an earthquake at all. Okay, that's a gumshoe. Shut the fuck up, please. A problem to be sure. Well, once the investigation is over, we'll put them back on the shelf. Are we not looking at the blood letters? Are we? Why is he not looking at that? Hello? Why did he ignore it? What does it say? It says GU something. Bro, this better not be Gumshoe's name, bro. Why did they ignore that? Why did they ignore it? Okay, maybe I gotta investigate other things before they'll see that. Your files are over the floor, sir. They probably fell during the struggle between the victim and the killer. Okay, that's fine. I tried so hard to keep this place spotless while you were away. I mean, this just rendered all the time and effort I put in use pointless. I don't recall ever asking you to clean my room. Well, I water the flowers every day just like you requested, sir. I just added cleaning to the list as a weekend special. For about half a day every Saturday, I come in and clean this place until it sparkled. Does he have a life? Didn't he, at the end of the last game, didn't he meet up with that girl? Or did that fall through? I don't even remember. But I wanna examine the blood. Specifically the blood I wanna examine. Oh, but I guess it already counts because the stupid books? That's so dumb, bruh. I'm actually pissed that they're not saying anything about this. Like, this is so crazy to me that they're not acknowledging it. They even knocked over your chess set. I had it all set up ready for when you got back. I figured we could play a few games. I had no idea you were interested in chess. I'm actually pretty good at checkers, so I thought I'd give chess a try. In that case, I suppose I can set up some time aside after we solve this case. No, I don't expect the games to tax my mental acuity much. So nothing on the thing. Oh, watch out for the teacup fragments, sir. That killer is going to pay. This tea set. Yikes, you're really mad over this. This tea set is very dear to my heart. It can only be bought in England. It costs more than your whole month's paycheck. What? Now I feel like the killer's wasted one of my monthly paychecks. Oh, look, it's the freaking Steel Samurai, bruh. Well, it's a good thing my Steel Samurai doll was spared any harm. Speaking of which, I still haven't actually sat down and watched any of that show. What's it about again? Well, I don't know much about it myself, but the hero of the Steel Samurai, warrior of Neo Old Tokyo, is the Steel Samurai, and his goal is to defeat the evil magistrate. It's a show geared towards kids. However, its high production values and riveting plot draws in a number of adults as well. Spin-offs like Pink Princess Warrior of Little Old Tokyo and the Nickel Samurai, along with the deluge of merchandise and even a new stage show gives it presence. You sure know a lot. Are you sure you're not some sort of rabid fanboy? Of course not. Anyone that keeps up with society knows at least this much. And that conversation lasted longer than expected. Let us return to the investigation. Oh, it's your trophy. The, Knight of Prosecutors, right? King of Prosecutors. And it's not a trophy, it's a shield. They always send this to the winning prosecutor, right? Yes, but I have no real interest in the perceived worth of other people. As for my own worth, that is something only I can determine for myself. Man, Edgeworth, he changed so much, bro. Remember he was a piece of shit asshole? And now he's a reliable friend. That's so slick, sir. I'm gonna have to try saying that sometime. Unfortunately for him, his monetary worth is tied directly to his worth to me. That's crazy. I guess we investigate the desk. It's been a while since I've sat at this desk. Oh, how I've missed you. It's so tidy that it looks newer than when I first bought it. Oh, yeah, that thing's so polished that it makes mirrors jealous. Don't tell me you had no other work the entire time I was away, detective. My job is to protect your office, sir. And you did such a good job protecting it that a murder occurred in it. That's harsh, sir. I have to admit the desk has never looked better, so I guess I can't dock his pay. Insane. I hope we can solve this case quickly. I'd like to return to relaxing on this sofa. That thing looks like a billion times softer than my mattress at home. Can I sit on it too, just for a little while, sir? Detective Gumshoe, you know I can't allow that. Until this case is solved, neither of us has time to spare, let alone rest. You're right, sir. I'm gonna work hard and be a real trooper to the end. Even once this case is over, I don't think he can afford to take any time off. Okay. Do you have anything to report? Sir, yes, sir. Nothing out of the ordinary right now, sir. And yet, there's something out of the ordinary right in front of my eyes. Talk about a contradiction. Something out of the ordinary, huh? I should look around a bit more. Is this yet another batch of fresh flowers? The ones that come with a card attached every month like clockwork? Oh, it's from What's-Her-Face, right? The freaking security grandma? Speaking of that, let's see who's on the card this month, sir. All will be resolved. Wendy. Yeah, Wendy. Oh, Miss Irony, how painful are thy thorns? Wendy, isn't that the name of the old lady with the whiny voice that's stock? That's enough, detective. You need not remind me further. Shudder. We got the pieces down here, right? Yeah, we did. Are they really not gonna care about the letters down there? Okay, well. How's it coming along? Please, any absolute silence. Fingerprints lifting is a delicate art. Well, I never. Wait, so I can't even look at the bullet hole thing, bro? Man. I guess it's time to piece stuff together? The killer's goal. Why did this happen in my office? What was the killer after? Can I change this thing, or does it have to be like one of these things? Cause I'll be honest, how the hell am I supposed to know his goal? Signs of a struggle? Oh, you can, okay, so you can change it here, okay. And then, I guess probably this, right? Yeah, the revolver, the standard model used by detectives. Could it have belonged to our recently departed? Detective Gumshoe, could you please thoroughly check the victim's body one more time? Yeah, because if the gun's missing, then I guess we know where they got the gun. But why would a detective give over their gun willingly? I mean, if the guy was a prosecutor, then I guess he would trust him, and that's probably why. I mean, even then, that's crazy, bro. If I was a cop, I don't care who's asking me. I'm not giving up my gun. Yes, sir. On it now, sir. Excuse me, pal. Let's see what have we got here. Mr. Edwards, sir, this guy's wearing a gun holster. So it appears that a killer somehow managed to take the victim's gun from him. Okay. Okay. Let's see what else we can find about this revolver. As I always say, you've got to look really carefully at each piece of evidence. You can use the up, down, left, right keys to rotate the object. There's no such thing as a bad angle. Use Q and E to zoom in and out to get the nitty gritty. Oh, I could just like move around like that. I mean, the first thing I noticed is the freaking the horse thingy. To think that it's so easy to take a life with just the pull of a trigger. You know, I can't ever see myself really liking guns. Oh, but I love the ones they use at track and field meets to start races. If you take off before it's fired, everybody always ends up following your lead. To chase you down for a false start, detective. Now that you mention it, even when I finished first, I always wind up in last place. Freaking bozo. Wait, so is it really not the horse thing? Oh, but his thing looks full. Oh, there is one bullet missing. Okay. It looks like only one round was fired from this. Wow, so the killer... Wait, so does that mean... If only one round was fired, then the gun on the floor... Is it the same one that the guy shot at the wall? Because there should be two missing, shouldn't there? One in the guy's stomach and one at the wall, assuming it's the same gun. So the killer killed the victim with just one shot after wresting the gun from him. Sounds like the guy knew how to handle a gun, huh, Mr. Edgeworth? We have no proof for now, but that is a distinct possibility. I guess this is about all we're going to find out. Should we send the body to Jim? This is the guy that killed him. Why, oh why? How could this have happened to a guy like you? Are you alright? Don't touch me. Leave me alone. Just let me be. Sorry, but I can't do that. The investigation is still ongoing, so please refrain from touching the body. The body? The body? Don't talk about him like he's just some lump of flesh. Look at him. Jim looks like he's just turned in for the night. His name wasn't even Jim. Hold on. What's his name? Buddy Faith? His name wasn't even Jim. What the heck? Sure. Just in a bloodstained suit, pal. Where are my manners? Aren't you that prosecutor? Why, yes, I am. I'm Jacques. I know his name is not Jacques, but it's too late. My brain is already... Boop. His name is Jacques now. Jacques Portsman, prosecutor. Jim here was my partner in crime. In crime busting. I'm Miles Edwards, and like you, I'm also a prosecutor. Detective Dick Gumshoe here. So you're Miles Edgeworth. I guess this is your office. Yes, that is correct. Then it was you! You're the one who killed Jim. Oh my god, bro. It's so easy to see he's trying to pin it on us. This stupid bastard, bro. It's gonna be so satisfying putting him in jail. Hey, don't go around jumping to conclusions, pal. Just calm down, okay? I will not. I know how things work around here. High prosecutor's office, doors all have locks built into them. And only the owner of the office has the keys to his or her own office door. That is correct. However, I was not the one who killed your partner. Yeah, Mr. Edgeworth has been overseas on a business trip this whole time, pal. And the key to the door was with me the entire time, okay? So the only one who can get in here was me. Oh, you set yourself up. You're so stupid. You're going to jail now. Wait, that means... I'm not sure what that means. So it was you then. You're Jim's killer. No way, pal. You got it all wrong. Everyone calm down. Mr. Portsman, correct? If you're a real prosecutor, you should know how. You should know to stay collected. The investigation has only just begun. Isn't it too early to be drawing conclusions? All right, I get the point. You're right, my mistake. I tend to get a little too hot-headed sometimes. You sure are one cool customer, though, Mr. Edgeworth. I've heard all the rumors about you. You're the great genius prosecutor. You're something of a legend, you know? Anyway, let's call a truce and work together, okay? Now, how about a handshake to seal the deal? I'm not touching his hand. He's trying to get the DNA on our hand to cook us. You guys were conducting your investigation, right? Sorry for brought you in like that. Carry on, then. It's your room, after all. Bro, he's so sus. Is nobody sussing him out? Well, I know Gumshoe's not because he's freaking slow, but I'm hoping Edgeworth is like, Gumshoe the only good detective? I mean, nah, I'm sure Buddy Faith was a good guy. It's just he got shot by this L prosecutor. Thank you, I intend to. I just want a little more time to say goodbye to Jim. You there, sir. I want you to capture this scene on film for me. My final farewell to my partner, Jim. Why? Oh my god. I don't like this guy already. Why are their heads so big? I don't know. Maybe that's just part of the HD remake where they enlarge their heads to see their emotions better. But what's up, Kevin? How's it going? How's your day been? Hope everybody good. Wednesday. I should probably give them some space. I guess this gives me time to look at the bullet hole here. Ah, your jacket, sir. What's it doing on the floor? It must have fallen off the wall when the killer tried to threaten me by firing a round. So the killer not only shot the victim, but they shot your jacket as well? So this is like Danganronpa, I see? No, not even close. This is like 30 times better than Danganronpa. This is a real detective game. They dared to shoot the ultra special jacket that you made your prosecutorial debut in? What the hell? What's the difference between this and what he's wearing? What if they had shot through it? It would have been a disaster. It's not worth getting worked up over, detective. Not when there's something more here. He's talking about the fact that the thing went through the painting, but not the wall, right? Like, the fact that there's no scratch on the wall is crazy. Oh, it is different. I guess this is way more fancy with the blue and the gold on the edges and whatever. I take it you haven't noticed it yet, detective. There is a giant contradiction right in front of us. Okay, it's either the fact that there's no mark on the wall, or the fact that the revolver had one shot, but we know 2 shots happened in this room. Really? Did I say contradiction? He must be rubbing off on me. I'm starting to sound like him. He's talking about a Phoenix Wright, I'm assuming. But But I have my own methods, and I will conduct this investigation my way. When the scene before me contradicts a piece of evidence or seems off, that's when my deductive skills come into play. First, I have to find the spot that holds a contradiction, bro. I know exactly where it is. Right here. This is it. The bullet hole is where the contradiction lies. When I spot something that's off, I should point my cursor at it and point T with conviction. And when I have found sufficient proof to prove the contradiction, I present it. This is how I do things. It has to be the revolver. Eureka! Oh, he says Eureka. Eureka! This bullet hole is the contradiction. What do you mean, sir? It's elementary. 2 shots were fired in this room. The first fell the victim. And the second fell this frame. Hey, that's right. However, this gun was only fired once. Hey, that's true too. Which means that one of these 2 bullets was fired from a different gun. Did the killer have another gun prepared for tonight? Maybe. By the way, I noticed something, sir. Yes? What's that thing sticking out from behind the frame? I'm assuming it's a safe. Ah, it's a secret safe. A secret safe? Oh, I smell money. I'll spare us the trouble and just say it. Nothing like what you're imagining is inside. Now, if you could kindly move this frame out of the way. Roger that. Oh, maybe they came because they wanted to steal this. Achoo. Talk about dusty. I suppose that's what happens when I'm not here to dust it once in a while. I had no idea there was a safe here, or I'd have kept it clean for you, sir. So when did you put this thing in? It wasn't something I had installed personally. Every prosecutor's office has one. Really? I had no idea. Well, only prosecutors are supposed to have knowledge of their existence. So what's inside, Mr. Edgeworth? Right now, nothing. We only use them to store especially important evidence when a trial is in session. I bet you there's something inside there right now. How much do you want to bet there's something inside there right now, bruh? Or that, or they try. Oh, bro, look at the bruh. So okay, they were definitely here for the safe because you can see here there's like smudges on it. Because I'm assuming the whole thing is dusty from when they said it was dusty, but you can see the smudges here. So they definitely cleaned their fingerprints after. So 100% the safe was the goal. That's it. Talk about squashing my hopes and dreams. Secret safe data jotted down in my organizer. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious looking nook and cranny. It's gotta be the smudges, right? Now this is odd. You found something, sir? This keypad, don't you find it to be a bit too clean? Yeah, there's a thick layer of dust all around it, but not on the keypad itself, sir. You there, the forensic scientist. Has he been taking flicks this whole time, bruh? Get this guy out of here. And why is this guy still here? Oh my goodness. That's my genius. Bro, I'm not a genius. I'm just a lawyer, you know, best lawyer in there. Nothing crazy. Yes, sir. Could you please dust this area for fingerprints? They're not gonna be fingerprints. They were definitely wiped. You got it, sir. I couldn't find, let alone lift a single print. It looks like it's been wiped down well. Of course. As I thought. It appears that logic is the only way around this setback. Time to rationally and calmly connect the dots with the information we have. Oh, that's probably the killer's goal, right? That was that like the, Okay. Are you called, sir? Bro, freaking get out of here. Ooh, that's not what I wanted to do. I want to go into Q. That's the thing that we want to do. Yeah, so this with this, no, this with this for sure. Light work. I believe I figured out what the murder was after, or the murderer was after. Well, what is it, sir? The fact that the safe was wiped clean of fingerprints suggests that the criminal had at least attempted to open my safe, making the culprit's motive for breaking and entering theft, I believe. Or a potential motive, at least. Because for all we know, he could have went to the safe, wiped it just to throw us off. I wonder if knowing the motive behind this break-in was theft changes what the other piece of information could tell me about this crime. Okay, are we finally gonna go back to the freaking book case? Because that shit was crazy. Hydrate, bro. I just hydrated. Also, why didn't the freaking thing work? Bro, I'm gonna have to find a new, like, emo throwing thing. Because I don't know why it works half the time and half the time it doesn't. Did he think? Could these connect though? Oh, maybe he threw the books around because he thought maybe the code was in the books? There's a possibility that the files played on the floor are not the result of a struggle. Yeah, I think he was looking for the code. Okay. And then surely we'll investigate the files again, and that's when we see the... Well, we already saw the freaking bloody handprints, but we'll be able... I'm hoping it'll let us investigate that more. Oh, you mean like it could be from when the killer tried to find something, sir? Precisely. We need to figure out if any of the files have been stolen. Yes, sir. I'm going to shelve files like you've never seen them before. You've never seen them before, even at the library. Sure. Let's give that a try. Alright, buddy. You got to move out the way. Why do all the good ones die young? Bro, you killed him. I still think it's crazy that they showed us the killer first. Surely you must ponder that every once in a while, Mr. Edgeworth. No matter how much we lament, the dead will not come back to life. All we can do is search for the truth. And? So what are we supposed to do? How do we go about finding the truth? Bro, you're a prosecutor. What the fuck are you talking about? First, we calmly restore the files to their rightful place. You got it here. Let me help. Bro, we should not be letting this murderer help us. So this file goes here and that book goes there. You sure know a lot about where things go, despite it being Mr. Edgeworth's office. Because I'm the one who keeps it tidy, pal. Okay, done. It would appear that the murder was definitely committed here. Ooh, the bloodstains on the bookshelves are still fresh. I suspect that the victim was killed in a standing position, hence the prints on the shelf. And then the guy fell onto the floor, right? The blood on the floor kind of grosses me out, though. Detective, I don't have the time to deal with your weak stomach right now. But you know I'm no good with blood, sir. I'm certain there's something wrong with this picture. Bruh, it's the fact that there's freaking prints here, first of all. So this is where the bullet? What? He got shot down there? That makes zero sense. Doesn't that mean he was already down when they shot him? But then why would the prints be up here? What the heck? So this is where the bullet lodged itself after it went through the victim. For the bullet to be lodged so squarely in a file's spine indicates that the files were ransacked after. Okay, that makes much more sense. So were they both looking for the code together? Strange. Then I guess the victim was moved because he was in the killer's way. The victim's handprints. He must have tried to support himself with his hands here after being shot. There are prints on the floor too. Those must have been made when unable to stay standing, he dropped to the floor. Okay. It appears that the victim was in a sitting position here after being shot. Oh, so that's why the seat of the victim's pants has blood on it. That would be the logical conclusion. Please tell me we can click on this. We can't. Oh my goodness, bruh. The killer moved the body because it was leaning against the bookshelf. The blood in this guy's pants proves that pretty well. In a sense, I suppose. See, I'm not completely useless, Mr. Edgeworth. Is this spot somehow connected to any of the evidence I hold? I don't freaking know. But I still feel like it was too low. It's gotta be this, right? Yeah. Cause if he was sitting here, if bro was sitting here when he got shot, it should have shot him through the dick or something. Cause there's no way this being this low would have shot him here. It should have hit like up here or something. I pray for times like this. What's up, Justin? How's it going? How's your day been? Hope everybody good. Wednesday. This is clearly a contradiction here with this bullet hole. What do you mean, sir? You don't see? Quite simply, the bullet hole itself is too low. If the victim was shot in the stomach, the hole should have been much higher up. But what if the guy was shot while he was sitting or lying down, sir? That would be illogical. The victim leaned against this shelf after being shot, which suggests that he was standing when he was shot. And that means... Wait, what does that mean? Does that mean the books were supposed to be in a different place? Had to feel the play as the other goat again. It is kind of cool, I'm not gonna lie. Being Edgeworth. The fact that you can walk around this shit is nuts, bruh. Because I'm so used to just the point and click and like moving the camera around. But being able to walk around is kind of cool. It means you need to use your brain every once in a while instead of mind detective. In any case, it means someone made a faulty assumption. And it was from this mistake that our current contradiction was born. What is the faulty assumption with the bullet hole's position? It's gotta be the order of the files. I believe the order of the files is a bit off. You mean I put them back in the wrong order just now? Hey, actually, I think the labels on the files are wrong, sir. Oh? Yeah, you see here how the files that were shot begin with the number 0. What are those doing all the way down there after 1 and 2 and 3? That's really weird. Actually, the way they are organized now is the correct order. They're exactly as I see them in my mind's eye. But no, the numbers are all out of order. Those white binders are special, so they're arranged a little differently. From this, we know that the files were not in this order when the crime occurred. So what? I wonder what happened. Did the first guy come in and he was looking through stuff and then put them back, and then the second guy came in and shot him after? Aha, so that's it. I believe the killer made the same incorrect assumption as you just did, detective. Let's rearrange the files in numerical order and see what we find out. Yeah, that makes way more sense. Do you think it'd be okay to prop the body back up to how it was before it was moved? They finished processing the crime scene, so I don't see why it wouldn't be. If you please, Detective Gumshoe. But look, does that not say Gumshoe, bro? I noticed this like freaking an hour ago, and the fact that we couldn't look at it like when we were investigating here is crazy to me. So 1, we have a missing book. 2, that 100% says Gumshoe. So I don't know if this guy is setting up Gumshoe before he died, or if the killer used his bloody finger to write this, because this is crazy. As I suspected, the bullet hole is now where it should be logically be. The killer went through my files first before shooting Mr. Faith, and then put the files back in numerical order, I guess. Exactly, and then proceeded to shoot the victim. But why would someone kill a man and then look through your files one more time? Puzzling indeed. The files were thrown into disarray twice, once before and once after the crime, but why? Now the crime scene is as it was at the time of the murder. Time to give it another look. Bro, I need this immediately. Did this? What is that? Why does it say gumshoe on there in blood? I'd say that's some incredible incriminating evidence. Oh, it's the freaking stupid shiny forehead guy, bro. Fuck this guy. Yes, indicative of criminal activity, indeed. No, wait, there's gotta be some mistake. Mr. Edrich, sir, help me. Say something, sir. It appears that one of my files was stolen. Is that all, sir? What about me and my situation? Is this what the killer was really after? Stolen file data jotted down, okay. That's it? Wait, I wanted to look more at the other shit. Oh, no. Looks like Jim was able to leave us the name of his killer in the end. Bro, it's not Gumshoe, bro. I mean, we already know. We know it's Shiny Forehead Guy. How do I stick it to him, bro? Oh, man. How is it? Are we cooked? I mean, I guess we'll see, huh? And this most important message managed to reach us. I'm telling you, it wasn't me. You can't be terribly pleased to hear that your beloved partner is the guilty party. If you're going to accuse Detective Gumshoe of being the culprit, I sincerely hope you have some proof to back it up. Jim's words, they're more than enough, wouldn't you say? This guy is supposed to be a prosecutor? This guy sucks. What do you mean his words were enough, bruh? If that's how you want to play it, then at least allow me to understand your reasoning. You got it. I don't like this one bit. There's something strange about this man's attitude, and there must be some sort of flaw to his logic waiting for me to dig out. Mr. Edwards, what are you going to do? What I always do in court, I'm going to cross-examine him. One way or another, I'll expose the flaws in his logic with this technique. Ooh, how do you do that? Can you explain it to me, sir? Maybe some other time. Mr. Portman, if you're ready. Oh, if you don't have time, you could just say so. I mean, I'm assuming it's standard Ace Attorney, like, cross-examination, right? Detective Gumshoe, you stole Jim's gun from him and shot him dead. Furthermore, you messed up the files to make it look like you had committed theft instead. That's when you moved Jim's body that was sitting in front of the bookshelf. But thanks to that, you didn't notice the bloody letters his body was hiding. And it will be his final words that you will be brought to justice. That makes zero sense. Because realistically, bro died while he was like leaned up against the thing, right? And then the killer, which is this guy, pushed him over after. How could he? And you know what's crazy? He was facing away from the books. So how could a dead person who was also facing away from the books write somebody's name there? Right? It's just too much. Too many things don't make sense here, buddy. And it will be by his final words that you'll be brought to justice. Okay. This guy's freaking stupid as hell. You tend to argue that the victim's dying message points to his killer. I can hear Jim's voice and he's calling for his killer's arrest. Huh. Are you sure you're not mishearing his words, Mr. Portsman? There's no way Detective Gumshoe is the culprit here. I don't think he's the culprit either. I mean, I don't think. I know. We saw the Ports guy shoot him. And you know what's... Okay. I'll find the flaw in this man's logic and expose it with credible evidence. Okay. Detective Gumshoe, you stole Jim's gun from him and shot him dead. Further, you messed up the files to make it look like you had committed theft instead. He stole gems, shot him dead. Bookshelf. But thanks to that, you didn't notice the bloody letters his body was hiding. This is sus to me, and this is what I was about to say before I clicked this, but isn't it weird that there's a missing book from the whole gumshoe thing where it's written? Because wouldn't that book still be there if we didn't notice the letters? Right? Or is that crazy to me? It's because whatever the killer was looking for, assuming it's coded to safe, maybe they thought it was in one of those books. I think it's just weird to me, bro. It's weird. Yeah, because the freaking gum. Is that no? That's an H. So the S and H would have been here. I feel like this wouldn't have been missing. If you really didn't see the things there, the killer wouldn't have noticed. They wouldn't have taken that, right?
Objection!
We got a freaking achievement for that. Perhaps you're not aware, Mr. Portsman, but there is a serious flaw in your logic. Heh, bringing a bit of courtroom into this, I see. No problem, I'm game. I can't help but find it odd. Excuse me. Odd that a fellow prosecutor would be brought down by the power of his own office. What are you talking about? Oh, you're joking, I get it. Ha ha ha. If you have the time to laugh, then you have the time to take another closer look at this. Also, you're all about to get hit with ads in like 20 seconds, so... ad blocker? Sub up? Prime sub? Twitch turbo? Do you still not see? If not, maybe I direct your attention to the missing file. What? That's impossible. I'm immune. Shout out to all my ad blockers out there. What's impossible, Mr. Portsman? Nothing. Yeah, look at this stupid ass, bro. Look how much sweat is coming from his shiny forehead. The files on that shelf are all about a certain case. When the killer went to take the file after murdering your partner, I highly doubt they could have missed the bloody letters on the spine. That's what I'm saying. Oh, you know what it is? This prosecutor is probably involved with that case. He probably fucked up, and the officer was trying to make things right. Or maybe they were both like doing bad things, and he killed them just to keep them silent.
Objection!
It's possible that they could have taken the file before committing the murder. I think it's pretty obvious that the file was stolen after it was written on. The missing letters in the detective's name where the file should be used proof. Yeah, I mean the S is gone, and there's only half an H. In case you didn't know. The game takes place after the trial. Yeah, that's what I'm assuming, because he said he was gone for a month, and we know that after he got whooped by Phoenix Wright multiple times, he said, I'm gonna leave and go become a real prosecutor and figure out what I need to do to become better. Except for that one time where he came back when we were sick, and then he left again. But yeah, this is his first time back after a whole month. If Detective Gumshoe really was the culprit of this case, I highly doubt that even he could overlook his own name written in blood on the files. Especially as a detective who can't stand the sight of blood. Gasp! Which means, what exactly? What does that make this dying message? It makes it the work of a criminal intent on tampering with the crime scene. Exactly. Exactly. That's so low. I can't believe the criminal tried to pin this whole thing on me, sir. I'm gonna get him, sir. You'll see. I'm gonna have them under arrest in no time. Well, Mr. Portsman? Brilliant. Absolutely splendid. Logic deserving of Olympic gold. I lied. I'm not immune. Help! Help! Help him. Somebody help him. I appreciate the praise, but it doesn't change the fact that your reasoning is flawed. Meh, you win some and you lose some. That's how life goes. Glad everyone's so cheery, even though I feel more dead than alive. I got an ad with Amazon Prime Day for LeBron. James is cooking hibachi. What the fuck? I forgot about Prime Day. Wait, when is Prime Day this year? Bro, Prime Day is such a scam, bro. I remember back in like it's almost 10 years ago. Back like 2016, 2017. That's when Prime Days were decent. We get actual deals, but nowadays, freaking Prime Day is just, oh, we raised the price a day before and now we're lowering it back. It's a good deal. LeBron James hibachi is crazy, though. But you know, it really is a shame. I really didn't want to have to bring this up. However, I'm back. Oh, I was saying, that's insane that you got a LeBron James hibachi cooking ad for Prime Day. And I was saying how Prime Day is kind of trash these days compared to like way back when you can actually get decent deals. Because these days, Prime Days really is just, they hiked up the price a day or two before and they drop it back down. You're not getting any legit deals. Oh, what a time. This game is a few months after Charles' Revelation. Oh, I didn't realize you didn't hear what I was saying. I guess I should have, because you got with that. What I was saying is, yeah, I realized that because when the game started and he was walking to his office, he's like, it's been a month since I've been here. And I know that after he got whooped by Phoenix Wright, he left to go on some prosecutor training. Except for that one time he came back to help us when Phoenix got sick after falling into the river. So, he's back after his training. However, what is it this time? Are you still after me, pal? Humor me for a second. Who has the key to this office? That would be me. But Mr. Edwards just proved that I'm innocent, pal. Whoa. What's with the lab coat? That's absolutely right, and I acknowledge your innocence. Then why do I sense that you still have something to say? What is he doing? Well, I was thinking, did you know that there's one other person with the key to this office? One other person? Hey, you there. Yes, sir. What is it, sir? Would you kindly fetch and escort that lovely young lady here for me? Oh, that's the jacket that he had over his shoulder the whole time. What a freaking loser. Bro, think he fresh on goodness, bro. You not fresh at all. He's a bum. I wonder who they're bringing, though. The girl is a member of this building's security. Think of her as a material witness. Security? Did you say security? No, stop it, pal. Don't. What's wrong with him all of a sudden? I believe she needs no introduction. I've called upon Miss Maggie. Oh, I remember. Isn't this Gumshoe's girl, or are they not actually dating? I can't remember if they're together or not. I know he had feels for her a little bit. And at the end of the last game, or not, was that the end of the last game? He gave her freaking a box of rice and hella freaking weenies. Yo, she looks so different. Detective Gumshoe, sir. Maggie. Miss Bird is the security guard on watch tonight. I see, and your point is? My point is that she could very well have used it. And by it, I mean the master key, which can open all the office doors in this building. No way they're trying to pin it on Maggie Bird. No. But it's not wrong. What? If you're not the guilty party, Detective Gumshoe, then the only other person with access to this room is Miss Bird. They're always pinning her, or Maya, or Larry. I mean, Larry, I don't care when they pin Larry. Half the time he's doing stupid shit, so she deserves it. But Maya and Maggie Bird, they're good people. They're so chill. We gotta lock in. How dare you? I would never sneak into someone's room. That's right, I refuse to believe that Maggie's the culprit, pal. It was me, that's right, I did it. Can we take that as a confession, detective? No way. Well, it wasn't really me, but it definitely wasn't Maggie, pal. So yeah, it was me. If it was, you'd have no problems with that, right? Please refrain from flying off the handle, detective. There's no need for such theatrics. Listen to your boss, detective. He understands what I'm saying here. That girl is the only one who could have committed the crime, and for one simple reason. Reasons for suspicion, bro. Fuck this guy. Gumshoe, can I hang with Maggie? I thought he liked her. It's pretty obvious that Miss Bird snuck into your room using the master key. I mean, if Detective Gumshoe wasn't the one who opened the door, then that leaves only Miss Bird as our prime suspect. On top of which, she knows our good detective, doesn't she? Making it all the more probable that she was the one who faked that dying message. I don't know about that. So you're saying she used the master key? He's 30? What the heck? I didn't know he was 30. God damn. Incredibly incriminating evidence, wouldn't you say? That's what you claimed about the evidence earlier as well. That was then, this is now. The flow of a good match always changes during a rally. It's all about your reflexes and reaction time, especially for an athlete like me. I wonder if there was anyone else other than Miss Bird who could have used the master key. It seems the only way to get to Mr. Portsman to give more details is to press him. Say no more. I'm great at pressing people. Okay, you're saying it's pretty obvious? How do you know?
Hold it!
Are you sure Miss Bird is the only member of security who could have used the master key, right? What if there was other people? Remember that one time Larry was the security guard and he wasn't on shift, but he was doing dumb shit with the security guard stuff and he threw his freaking pass key away and so much dumb shit happened. There's only one person on staff at this time of night and tonight she's it. Isn't that right, Miss Bird? That's true, but I wasn't able to use the master key at the time of the crime, sir. Wasn't able to. What's that supposed to mean? Yes, moving on. I hate to get sidetracked by something unrelated. Shut up! Yeah, what do you mean unrelated, right? I want to hear what she has to say. But you can't really trust her not to tell lies, plus I hate wasting time. 100% we need more details. Not so fast. I too am interested in hearing what Miss Bird has to say. Didn't I just say it'd be a waste of time? We don't need to hear her lies. How do you know she's lying, bro? It's crazy, again, because we know this guy did it, but he's trying way too hard, bro. You gotta ease up if you're gonna... That's how you know he's a low-level liar, bro. He's like a D-tier liar. High-level liars, bro, they wouldn't press like this. They wouldn't push too much like this. I'll be the judge of that, Miss Bird, if you please. You check the character profile, you can see how old she is. Will it show me here? She's 23. He's 32. It's almost a 10-year age gap. That's nuts. Gumshoe, you weird as hell, boy. I discovered that the master key was missing at around 1 AM, sir. What do you mean by missing? As it wasn't anywhere in the security booth, sir. The killer must have stolen it. Miss Portsman, I believe this to be an important... Mr. Portman, I believe this to be... Is Portsman supposed to be like a play on sportsman? Like the S&P are traded? I believe this is... Wait, I can just see his thing, right? Jacques Sports. Jacques. I believe this to be an important piece of testimony, don't you? I can't believe someone like you would be taken in by such words. Shut up. This guy's so stupid. I'm not lying, sir.
Objection!
If that's the case, then I'd like to know why you have the master key now. I don't quite know. It just reappeared all of a sudden, sir. Ha! Likely story. And where's your proof that the key was stolen to begin with? I bet you just forgot where you put it and then found it again. I never lose things. I can practically guarantee that. With me, if something disappears, it's usually because someone stole it. Yeah, pal, trust me, you don't want to test just how bad her luck is. I forgot she has crazy bad luck. Unfortunately, I can't deem this piece of testimony as conclusive. Glad you agree, Mr. Edgeworth. But you still haven't established Maggie's motive for breaking into Mr. Edgeworth's office. Her motive? Didn't we already establish that it was theft? I mean, the culprit clearly went through the bookshelves and at least tried the safe. It is as Mr. Portman says, Detective. I can't ignore the fact that all the evidence points towards a motive of theft. But I'm done taking blows. It's time to counterattack with a few facts of my own. Her intent from the messed up shelves to the wiped down safe, I'd say thievery? What? It's gotta be this, right? Because everything else is like, you can say sure, but how do we know? How does he know for sure that her intention was theft? Because the thief was trying to get to the safe, but only prosecutors know about the safes, right? Right? Only they know of them. So if she's a freaking security manager, how would she know?
Objection!
Yeah, we caught him lacking. He thought he could get one over on me. He's not slick. Do you wish to continue insisting that Miss Bird was set on stealing something? Why not? It's the truth after all. It was also by your logic that we came to the whole thievery conclusion anyway. That may be, but you must also be aware of the fact that this safe is a secret safe, the existence of which is only privy to prosecutors. And who's a prosecutor? Oh, this guy! And he's a high prosecutor too. Yeah, I mean, we already know he did it, but it's just leading more back to it, you know. I find it a little hard to believe that a hidden safe was part of her cunning plan. But she could have found it by accident while she was turning everything else upside down. That's not true. The safe wasn't... The safe, even when the picture got shot, the safe wasn't exposed. Well, it was kind of exposed, but that was after. Which is weird, because why did the murderer shoot the picture? Oh, maybe that's why. Maybe he shot the picture to make it known that the safe was, like, visible or something. I don't know. I highly doubt that. I'd say the culprit knew exactly what they were looking for. After all, only the bookshelf and the safe were targeted. Yeah, even I didn't know about the safe, pal. And that means there's no way Maggie could have known about it either. Then are you proposing that the killer is a prosecutor? Interesting conclusion. That's definitely looking more and more probable. Look at this guy sweating, bro. What's wrong, prosecutor? Do you have a different suspect in mind now? Curse! Why, what made you... What's with the angry face all of a sudden? It's all my fault. What do you mean? It's a Jim. He knew about the existence of the secret safes. What did you just say? We were partners, like inseparable conjoined twins. That's why I told him. I filled him in on this. You're so stupid. What do you mean you told him? Oh my god, it's gonna be so good to catch this dumbass. Then that means... Yeah, I know I'd only just told him too. Obviously it was wrong of me to tell him. I still can't quite believe it. But the thief who broke into your room was probably Jim. Now he's claiming that the victim was the thief, right? This guy's crazy. And you were simply trying to stop him, weren't you? Miss Maggie Burr, what the heck? Does she even have a gun? Does she does she even have a gun? I don't think she has a gun, bro. This guy's crazy. Excuse me? I mean, you are a security guard, right? That's your job. But killing is going a bit too far, even in your risky profession. What the? You're still accusing Maggie of the murder? Yes and no. I mean, she had stumbled upon Jim, who had probably drawn his gun. I get it. It was self-defense, wasn't it? No, I couldn't. I could never do something like that. Not even as a security guard, sir. Plus, even if he was the thief, he wouldn't have a key to his office. Which is precisely why he had to steal it, wouldn't you say? It was Jim who stole the master key. Ah. Pretty impossible for a supposedly stolen key to be here with us, unless... Well, unless you retrieved it from Jim after you killed him. Mr. Portsman, are you honestly accusing your own partner of being a thief? I don't want to admit it, but it's the only way for everything else to make sense. Has he no honor? Now that I think we're done here, the investigation waits for no man. Would you people be so kind as to see yourselves out? What do you mean, Brian? You're the one who barged in here. You can't kick us out. This is Mr. Edgeworth's office. But I'm the one who's been assigned to this case. How? He was here with us the whole time. How was he assigned here? You're all suspects to varying degrees and therefore ineligible to run this show. Listen, pal, how many times do I have to say this? Maggie can't be the culprit. Detective Gumshoe, calm yourself. But sir... We have no choice but to accommodate his request for now. Haha, thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. At least one of you understands. Now then, if you could remove yourselves from my crime scene, I'd be most grateful. Mark my words, Mr. Portsman. We will meet again. If that's a formal request from the legendary prosecutor himself, then I suppose so. Now, don't disappoint me, you hear? What? Nah. That's crazy. Damn, he really got assigned to the case where he's the murderer? That's nuts. Yo, basketball. Prosecutor's building, 12th floor hallway. What is with that prosecutor? I can't believe how rude he was. It was unbelievable. Please maintain your professionalism, detective. I'm gonna find some real solid evidence proving Maggie's innocence. You'll see, sir. But we've been kicked out of the crime scene, sir. True. So then what now? Looks like my life's fallen into yet another gigantic ditch. Do not despair, Miss Bird. We can overcome this as well. There are many other places and things we should be looking into anyway. Really, sir? For example, this hallway. The linchpin of his argument against Miss Bird is related to the master key. In that case, this hallway is the perfect place to look for more information regarding the mystery surrounding my door. I was gonna say we should go to her freaking little security cubicle too, bruh. Are we allowed to hoop? Oh, look, it's this piece of shit. Fuck this guy. What is the basketball doing here? That's Mr. Portsman's prized possession, sir. I heard he also plays soccer, dodgeball, and even tennis. And not a single one of those sports is suitable to be played in the hallway. It looks like you're in quite the pinch, Mr. Edgeworth. To be sure, a murder within the walls of the prosecutor's office is no trifling matter. We must find, apprehend, and punish the killer accordingly post-haste. Sounds like a messy case you got on your hands. If you ever feel lost or need some advice, my door is always open. How gracious, I will keep your offer in mind. Who is this guy again? Crazy. What is a basketball hoop doing here? Hey, didn't this used to be just outside next to the building a long time ago? So then why was it moved indoors? I don't remember exactly, but I saw one of the officers drag it up here recently. Drag it? I heard that it wouldn't fit in the elevator, so the poor guy had to bring it himself. All the way up to the 12th floor? Is it because this is where all the high prosecutors are? Because that's crazy. Detective Gumshoe, you look rather intrigued by something. Care to share? It's nothing, but I noticed that Mr. Portman calls his partner Jim. The detective in the Sunday night drama All My Cops is named Jim too. I bet one of them is a big fan of that show. You seem to know a little something about it yourself. I take it you watch it too. Of course, the tight bond of friendship between prosecutor and detective is great, sir. But it's nothing compared to the super strong friendship we have. Ho ho ho. Friendship, detective? I think you're mistaking it with pity. How can you say that, sir? And after all we've been through, too. I got an achievement for that. Nice. Get this guy out of here. It ain't no flipping way. Y'all can't. Oh my god, you guys can't see it because it's covered by the stupid thing. But look right here. It was covered by the Stay Connected thing from the graphics. But y'all see the book right there? Nah. Bro, click it. What are you doing? I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious looking nook and cranny. Brother. It's the file. Nah, this Portsman guy is trash. He hid it out here. But that makes sense. That makes so much sense. Because he came in there, shot bro, stole the book, shot the frame, ran out, and then he ran back in. So when he ran out, he probably threw it under here, ran to wherever, and then came back into the room because he's the assigned prosecutor. Isn't this the missing Zero Series file, sir? No doubt about it. The bloody letters mark it clear as day. There seems to be a few pages missing. Our thief took only what was necessary and left the rest behind. So what are these Zero files about, sir? I guess they've got something worth stealing in them, huh? Not particularly. It's just a collection of court case files. However, the cases within these files are not mine. Huh? They belong to the high prosecutor that used to occupy my current office. I have my reasons, but let's just say I was charged with keeping them as they were. Is he talking about Von Karma, like his teacher? And that means the thief must have also wanted the file for a specific reason, right? It would seem so. Only the pages related to that case from 10 years ago are missing. I wonder why anyone would care so much about an old case. I don't think there's anything else to investigate, right? It's just a couch. Essentially excellent. Alright. Blah, blah, blah. We don't care. Bro was sleeping on the couch. That's crazy. To envision myself winning naturally? That's crazy. Why would you ever listen to that dumbass gumshoe? I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious looking nook and cranny. These 4 numbers on number plate alone proclaim to this to be my office. Whoops, hey, guess these numbers start right out, sir. I have to be able to take the plate off when the room becomes vacant, you know? Although the idea that it can be so easily removed is kind of... Okay. I don't see any signs of forced entry, and according to the guards, no sign that the lock was picked either. Meaning the door really was opened with a key. Do you happen to have, ask if any prints were left from the doorknob? Apparently the doorknob is clean as a whistle, wiped, they think. Wherever this thief is, they did a good job of not leaving any clues behind. Damn. Gumshoe was like, if only I could be sturdy like this door. Alright, enough with the yapping, bro. I'm trying to investigate, bro. Nothing here. Nothing here. This office, 1203, 1203. Hey, Maggie, whose room is this again? Oh, wow, his office is right beside ours? What a coincidence. What a coincidence. So he's my new neighbor, I see. I suppose he moved in while I was away overseas. Is everything alright? Yes, sir. If you must know, I weighed myself this morning and I'm finally at 145 pounds. Congratulations, but I was asking about this hallway in this room. Oh, everything's okay, sir. A word of advice, stay focused or you may start to lose even more weight. I was wondering if I may speak with you for a bit concerning this case. I've always been a big fan of the courtroom, but this is like a dream. A dream where I'm being cross-examined by the Miles Edgeworth. I can't let this chance pass me by. I must remember to ask her about the master key. I should jog her memory by showing my notes to her with tea. Okay. So when did you discover that the master key was missing? By the time I realized that, I think it was around 1 a.m., sir. And I noticed it was back at around 12:30 a.m. It was just sitting there on the ledge where the security room's reception window is. But I'm sure that between those two times, it was not just gone, but stolen, sir. Which is, why is such an important key stored in such an insecure place? It's not like that, sir. We always keep the key further inside the room, away from the window. Always, you say, except for this time, correct? Well, I admit that was a bit careless, but I had my reasons. I left it out because I was sort of using it at the time. It was after I had used it that I left it sitting on the ledge. She used the master key. What the freak? So when you discovered the master key was missing? But I'm sure. Okay, but who used it? Okay, there we go. What do you mean by use the master key? I had to use it to open the door for this prosecutor who had forgotten this key. And how much you want to bet it was Portsmouth? I mean, it's my job as a security guard, right? Ah! What is it? That's right, I just remembered. The prosecutor who forgot his key. It was Mr. Portsmouth. Of course, of course. Who else would it be? What? Please tell me more, Miss Bird, quickly. It was around 12 a.m. Mr. Portsmouth had forgotten his office key, so he came down to security, sir. And that's when you loaned the master key to him? No way, it's against regulations to loan the master key out to anyone. I walked to Mr. Portsmouth's office and opened the door for him personally, sir. I see. And then what happened after that? Well, he called for me to come close up his office as he was leaving to go home. That was around 1:30 a.m., I think. So in summary, for the sake of one forgetful prosecutor, you used the master key twice tonight. Okay. Talk about suspicious. I doubt you can say that you're never left. I doubt you can say that you've never left your keys at home, detective. I think this calls for a thorough examination of Mr. Portman's door. Okay. What the heck is that emote? Oh, they're drinking something. I was looking sorry. How's it going? How's your day? Hope you're having good Wednesday. She's sipping on a potion, yo. That sounds like fun. Just once, I'd love to play with them. It sounds fun, but only one person ever taking the shot was Mr. Portsman. All Mr. Face ever did was pass the ball, him the ball. Damn. So we're having a heat wave right now? Damn. Don't you love that East Coast weather? Well, you don't like how humid it is, and how it's hard to breathe outside. It's so great. I want to be cold again. You and me both. I guess we're investigating his door now. But I feel like I already did this, did I not? I bet the old credit card trick would have worked here, huh, Mr. Edgeworth? This is the office of a prosecutor detective. These doors would be pretty ineffective if the average cat burglar could get through them. Some of you guys are landing here. Where is it? It's on the East Coast, bruh. Yeah, even here in Toronto, we're kind of getting cooked. We have an excessive heat warning, and we're about to get some crazy rain too, which makes sense because of all the how humid it is right now. Aha! So I guess only a great cat burglar can get in. That must be who our culprit is. Might I advise you to return that conclusion to whatever pawn shop you bought it from? Ooh. You know what I just realized? What I just clocked? Remember when Gumshoe was like, it's so easy to slide out the freaking door thingies? What if Portsman switched the door labels? He put his on Edgeworth's door, and that's how he got in. Oh my god, that's crazy. Yeah, you can't mistake it because of that basketball hoop, sir. Oh, that reminds me, Mr. Portsman actually had he wanted 1202 really badly. Interesting. But since you were already occupying it, Mr. Edgeworth, we put him next door. So why was Mr. Portman so particular about getting room 1202? I'm not sure, but I bet it's because of something like his birthday is December 2nd. Yep, that's gotta be it. I can't think of another reason why. I can think of at least 3. Why am I even wasting time thinking about this? My ass woke up sweating. I'm about to run up the electricity bill and turn on that AC. You better open a window. It's not working? Yeah, you're cooked. I don't think there's anything we can do here yet. Both windows open? Damn, yeah, you're cooked. Is it really all I can do here? I feel like there should be more to do with this door. Is there not? Guess I don't know, because they said to investigate the door. Oh, there's more to investigate. Well, what are we missing then? The freaking basketball hoop? Crystal basketball hoop. I can't believe he put something like this in the hallway of the prosecutor's office. But you know, it's actually pretty useful, sir. I haven't gotten lost trying to get to your office since it's been here. How long have I had the same office yet you still managed to get lost? Oh, wait, but I don't think there's anything here that can help me, right? Unless it, oh, you know, it's probably this and this, huh? Oh, is it the fact that she probably didn't relock the door if it got stolen, right? Miss Bird, I'm afraid there's a flaw in your story. What? No way, pal. I mean, sir. You said that you locked up Mr. Portman's office at around 1:30 a.m., correct? However, the master key had already been stolen at that time, yeah. Wow, nothing gets by you, Mr. Edgeworth. You saw that contradiction like a pro. I'd totally forgotten all about that, but thanks to you, I remember it now. You're right, it was around that very time that I realized the master key was missing. And? Well, I'm a security guard, sir. I couldn't just admit to losing the master key, could I? So I pretended to lock up his room. Oh my god, bro. Why is everybody moving like a dumbass? This is crazy. You pretended. Yeah, I used my house key and made it look like I was locking up, sir. So in actuality, you never did relock the door then. Nah, see? That's why, bro. Okay, so I'm 100% convinced that he switched the door plates, and he asked Maggie to actually unlock Edgeworth's room. That's why Edgeworth's room wasn't locked when we first approached, because Maggie pretended to lock it, thinking that it was his room, but it was actually Edgeworth's room. Insane. Come to think of it, I guess the door still hasn't been locked properly. But I bet you it is locked, right? Didn't we see that it was locked? See, it's locked tight, but it shouldn't be. It should be open. We're getting the same dialogue. That's crazy. Did that give us? Oh, we can just hit the deuce. I'm dumb as hell. Is this spot someone connected? 100%, bro. The fact that it's supposed to be locked, but it's not.
Eureka!
There's a contradiction here between reality and the evidence. If what Miss Bird has said is true, then why is this door locked tight? Huh? You know, you're right. Miss Bird, are you sure you didn't relock this door? I'm certain of it, sir. And I don't think Mr. Portman noticed it himself that I hadn't. Which means, what, sir? It either means that he actually does have the key to his office, or that the door Miss Bird opened wasn't this one at all, but a completely different one. She opened a different door, but how can you prove that? There's an easy way to find out. All we need to do is check the prints on the door, right? Has to be the prints. Right? Prints of the doorknob. Hey, you. Yeah, you, pal. Do us a favor and see what you can lift from this, okay? So what'd you find out? There's no need for such belligerent nostril flaring, detective. Sir, I have found only Mr. Portman's and Mr. Faith's prints on this doorknob. So only two people's prints were found on this, huh? That's pretty decisive. Huh? I'm lost, sir. Thinking logically, a certain other person's print should be on this knob as well. Now then, whose print? It should be Maggie Bird's.
Take that!
Don't you find it odd that the prints of the person who unlocked this door are absent? You mean... Yes, the door that Miss Bird opened could not have been this one, but a different one. Yes, sir! Yes, sir! What do we have here? There was a paper sticking out the whole time? I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. What is this? Looks like a scrap of paper. I'll get it, sir. Let's see. Oh, there's something written on it. I brought 3 pieces of evidence by, just like we talked about on the phone. but it looks like you're out. Guess I'll catch up to you later, buddy. They said Buddy is the name of that guy in the cop show they were talking about, right? Jim and Buddy? It looks like a note from the victim. Yeah, and it's from Mr. Portsman. Note left by victim, data jotted down in my organizer. Is that all we needed? Also, I just realized, what the heck? This shit was moved? What's this? What are you looking at, sir? Oh, hey, how about a game? That's okay, detective. I just found the position of this hoop to be a little off. Hey, you're right. I guess it shifted when someone made a serious slam dunk. The positioning of the hoop is definitely unnatural. I better take note of this. Okay. Oh, damn. So are we gonna go back inside and cook him? Poking around this hallway actually paid off quite handsomely. Huh? How so, sir? In a variety of different ways. I think it's time we had a little chat with the real culprit of this case. You know who the killer is? Wow, Mr. Edgeworth. As long as my logic is sound, then yes. The mastermind behind this murder is none other than Mr. Portsman. What? Mr. Portsman? I knew it. That's exactly what my logic senses were telling me, too. I suspected it was him from the instant he accused Maggie of being the killer. That is anything but logical. Ladies and gentlemen, prepare yourselves. Come what may, it's time to knock on truth's door. Mr. Portsman, I finished processing the bloody letter, sir. Alright, let me take a gander at it. Pass it here. Why would they toss it? Okay, looking good. You there, take care of this. Why would they throw shit? Well, if it is a Detective Gumshoe, end of the line for you, Portsman. We've got you now. Call off your dog, Mr. Edgeworth. Is this some kind of joke? It's no joke. We know, Mr. Jacques Portsman, that you are the guilty party in this case. You must be pretty upset getting chased out of your own room. I'd be mad too. So I guess you can stay if you promise to stay out of our way. You intend to hide your crime under the guise of a prosecutor just doing his job. I can see right through your through the unsightly paper-thin mask you wear upon your cowl. Who'd have ever thought it would come to this? Actually, come to think of it, your mentor was Manfred von Karma, right? The legendary prosecutor who never lost a single case for 40 long years. But there was always this incessant chatter about forged evidence with that guy. Really teaches me that I've got to stay on the lookout for false accusations, you know? Are you done trying to play mind games with me? Because they won't work. The only thing you should be using that mouth of yours for now is explaining yourself. Although that too will only dig your hole deeper. Either way, your game is up. Well, aren't we full of ourselves? Even though you have yet to prove anything. It's time to duel. I have no idea what sort of harebrained idea you have in mind, but there's a mountain of evidence that points away from me being the culprit. Besides, how may I ask you propose I unlocked your door and got in here? Look, I feel bad doing this to you, but I've got work to do, so we're done here. Man, if you don't shut the hell up, boy, I'm about to cook you right now. Sorry, but we're not finished yet. Boy, you're stubborn. I suppose you're basing your accusations on something. I'll show you what I'm basing my accusations on with evidence. I'm already locked in. I'm about to fry this guy. Light work, light work, light work. I believe you were able to open my office door with the master key, no less.
Objection!
Wait, hold on for a sec. I never laid a finger on that key, as you already know. Precisely. You were able to open my door without lifting a single finger. What's up, Icy? How's it going? How's your day been? Hope you're having a good Wednesday, man. Well, maybe you did, but only to direct. That's right. You used your finger to direct this person to open the door with the key. Maggie Bird.
Take that!
You had asked Miss Bird to open your own office door for you, yes? Yeah, I kind of forgot my key at home. Happens a bit too often for my taste, you know. But the room you had Miss Bird open at the time was not your own, was it? What? You have quite the imagination. Well, why don't we ask the girl herself whose door she opened, shall we? Bro, she's gonna say this room, or your room, but we already know the plates were switched, so it doesn't matter. Slapping my belly like a stupid seal, what the hell? I'm certain that it was Mr. Portman's door, sir. I checked the number on the plate to make sure I was opening the right door, sir. See, Miss Bird backs up my story. Yeah, what if you had misled her to fool her into thinking what you wanted? Ha! And how do you suppose I did that? Oh, is that why the basketball hoop was moved? He moved it over to the other door? Oh, that's crazy. By switching the number plates on our doors, for example. That's right, they do slide out pretty easily. Furthermore, you then used one other thing to give us a very strong impression. That the door she was opening, it has to be the basketball hoop, was yours and not in fact mine. What was it that Mr. Portman used to make the Mr. Bird think that it was his room? Oh, I thought we didn't have any more evidence. Thank goodness.
Take that!
What? The basketball hoop, sir? It's quite the peculiar fixture in any hallway, let alone a hallway in this building. Is that why he forced a police officer to bring it upstairs? He did that all for this? Which is why I left an unusually strong impression on you. It's an object perfectly suited to sit just outside the office of a peculiar prosecutor. Gwa! That's very true, sir, because there was a basketball hoop sitting there. I thought the door was opening, had to be Mr. Portsman's. There are signs that the hoop has been moved. So, to sit in front of my office, to be sure. I see, so that's how you throw suspicion on people. Thanks for the tip. But I think your conjecture is a little off the racetrack. Is this the final attorney game? Not even close. Well, this is another bundle. So this bundle has 2 games where we're playing as Miles Edgeworth. And then there's another bundle where we're playing with another guy, and that has like, I think 3 games or 2 games. And then there's another bundle after that that also has 2 games. So technically, there's like 8 more games. Now you're just spouting nonsense. I had the girl open my office door. Oh, these are side games? I didn't know that, dang. Yeah, then there's the Apollo Justice Trilogy. Then there's the Great Ace Attorney. Duology, okay. So there's technically 5 more main games that I gotta get through. But these are 2 side games. After that, I was in my room the entire time. You don't have a single reason to suspect me. What the freak? So he tends to claim his innocence to the end, does he? I'm as pure and innocent as my jacket. And Miss Bird is as dirty and guilty as the jacket she wears? Whoa! My jacket's not dirty, I'll have you know I just washed it yesterday. Please calm down, for I tend to show who is the one truly covered in slime here. These aren't required to play Apollo Justice, but I think you'll enjoy it a lot. I had the girl open my office door. After that, I was in my room the entire time. They don't have a single reason to suspect me. Was he actually in his room? Yeah, he wasn't even in his room. This guy, get him out of here.
Objection!
You should have said I tend to show who really is the washer in here. That would have been crazy. That was a lie. What are you talking about? How was that a lie? This is a note that the victim left for you, Mr. Portsman. A note? It was left under your door, or did you not notice? And right here it says, but you're out. You were not in your room when the victim came to call on you. So then, where were you, and what were you doing? Ah! Shall I explain it in full detail for you? You were busy snooping around in my room, the very room you had Miss Bird open for you. That's just nonsense. You have no evidence that I made the girl open your door for me. Oh, but I do. I have very decisive evidence. It's the fingerprints, right? Yeah, the OST has been crazy so far. Top 5? Damn. No way! This is proof positive that you had Miss Bird open the door for you. It has to be this, right?
Take that!
I had your door dusted for prints. My door? Ha! What for? Come on, I bet you didn't find anything. You sure are good at wasting time. You're right. I didn't find anything. And definitely not Miss Bird's fingerprints. Her prints? What do they have to do with anything? Let's put it this way. If she really was the one who opened your door, then her prints should naturally be on the doorknob she touched. Ah! Further, all of the prints on my office doorknobs have been wiped clean. I can only assume it was because Miss Bird's fingerprints were on it. Don't you think it's time you give up your charade? We know you stole into my office with the intent of stealing something from me, and Detective Faith found you out, possibly because he heard sounds coming from a room whose occupant was on leave. Mr. Portsman, you killed Mr. Faith to silence him, and I had the misfortune to return when I did. You had to threaten me as you escaped. As I said when you had the gun to my back, no one gets away with committing murder in my office. Oh, he's freaking out. And just what's so funny, pal? Well, that look of stiff seriousness on your face, on the face of this office's finest prosecutor, as he makes a huge mistake in accusing me, is simply too much to bear. There's just nothing else like it in the world. What? Mr. Edgeworth just explained it all and he even backed it up. You're the murderer. Stop trying to be slippery and just admit to the crime already. And as I said earlier, it's all so circumstantial, so full of conjecture. You say you checked my doorknobs for prints. Well, I can readily confess that I had wiped that knob down well. Huh? I'm a little obsessive compulsive, you see. I didn't want to touch a doorknob that you had touched, which is why I wiped the knob down. Okay, that's... If that was the case, then why is the dead guy's prints on it too, huh? This guy's a freaking liar. When you put some stream is magnetic by... After that, it makes perfect sense that only Jim's and my own prints would be on there. You made that up just now, didn't you? Furthermore, as for the note Jim left me, do you know exactly when that was? For all we know, he could have left it there before I arrived at the office. Like earlier evening, for example. Are you saying you failed to notice a note in your doorway? Hey, even geniuses fail at times. I was probably too preoccupied by work-related matters, although that's no excuse. Now that's just a flat-out lie. There's no way you didn't notice a note that size. But you can't prove that, can you? Say something, Mr. Edgeworth. Back me up here. Oh my god, no way, we're folding. Portman makes a good point. I can't prove that he didn't simply overlook it. What do we do? Bro, we're cooked. Besides, I have an airtight alibi. Airtight, you say? I only just realized I had one as we were talking. I guess it would have been better for all of us if I had told you sooner. Also, you're all about to get with ads in 30 seconds, so... Ad block, sub up, Twitch Turbo, Twitch Prime, whatever you gotta do. Or just take the L and watch the ads. Portsman's alibi. If memory serves you, came back to this office at 2 a.m., correct? And it was then that you had that unfortunate confrontation at gunpoint with the culprit. But at exactly that time, I was down in criminal affairs. Ask around, I'm sure the other detectives will corroborate my story. It's the perfect alibi. Oh, we're cooked. There's nothing we can, like, what do I present there? There's nothing I can present there. That's new information. Do you really think it's that perfect? Like I said, I don't care. Ask around all you like. You'll see for yourself. Detective Gumshoe. Sir, yes, sir. I'll go check out his alibi. Sir, be right back. Mr. Edgeworth said, I think we're in trouble. It's just like Mr. Portsman said. The guys down in criminal affairs said they saw him around at around 2 a.m. Oh, are we cooked? What do we do? You see? All the evidence points to him being the culprit, so there must be a contradictory point in his alibi somewhere. We really have nothing to present, bruh. I don't know what we can do. I mean, I guess we could press him on his statements and hopefully something pops up, but... Oh my god. If memory serves, you came back to this office at around 2 a.m., correct?
Hold it!
You're correct, it was around 2 a.m. Are you sure? It's really important to me that you're spot on with the time. I remember checking my watch then, and make no mistake, it was 2. Ooh, giving testimony like a pro. Okay, so you came back to your office at 2. And it was then that you had the unfortunate... Yeah, okay, so I'm just gonna press everything. It is as you say, however... Yes, however, you're the only one who claims to have bumped into the culprit. So tell me, did you see the person's face? Was it me who you saw? It was pitch black, so I couldn't actually see.
Objection!
Oh, come now. I'm sure you saw something. Try a little harder, why don't you? I'm beginning to feel like I'm the one being interrogated here. Oh well, it doesn't matter if you remember or not. It only matters that you ran to the culprit. Did he go down to the criminal affairs to get to he probably went to freaking get a gun and bring back the gun, right? Because there was 2 guns that were shot. But actually, that time I was down at exactly that time I was down in criminal affairs.
Hold it!
So you paid the criminal affairs department a visit. Yup, right after I left the prosecutor's building, I headed straight for the precinct. Ask her out, I'm sure the other detectives will corroborate my story's perfect alibi.
Hold it!
Well, we did go and ask around to confirm your testimony. And it was just as I said, right? Yes, sir. A number of detectives said they saw you around that time. See, I have the perfect alibi. That's the ace I had up my sleeve. Ah, impossible. He actually does have the perfect alibi. What's wrong? Why the sudden sullen look on your face? Can't you say anything back, Mr. Edgeworth? Heh, I think we reached the end of the line and it's time to get off this crazy train. You there. Sir, please escort the young lady out, but remember, be gentle. Maggie! Oh, we're done. What do we do? Detective Gumshoe. Is there nothing I can do? There must be a way to turn this situation around. I don't know. We're cooked. If only I had a clue. Did I miss something that can help me cast down his alibi? I need to calmly think this through one more time and with logic. It's gotta be this, and it has to be this. There's nothing else that makes sense. Because everything here is, I guess, technically true, aside from him being at the precinct or whatever. But he's missing the fact that it has to be this. There were 2 bullets left at the scene of the crime. One that robbed Mr. Faith of his life, and one that nearly robbed me of my jacket. However, the murder weapon only shows signs of being fired once, meaning that it is entirely possible that a second gun was used in my office tonight. But seeing as how the killer had to steal Mr. Faith's gun, I doubt the killer had another gun up their sleeve. Therefore, the second gun could have been the property of an entirely different person, which could mean that there was another person who paid a visit to my office tonight. So there's 2 people? Will he do a certain game tier list eventually? I mean, I'd have to finish all the games first, and that's gonna take a while. I mean, it's only these 2 that we have left, so they have to connect. Supposing there was yet another visitor tonight, that would also resolve the issue of what... Oh, that does make sense, because the second person wouldn't have known that those things were supposed to go there, and they would have thrown them down there. We know that the shelf was disturbed once before and once after the murder, so it shouldn't be much of a stretch to think that it was the work of 2 different people. Once by the person who stole the victim's gun and killed him with it, and once again after the murder by our second culprit. Who was the owner of the second gun? If we suppose the second culprit's gun was the one that was pointed at my back...
Objection!
Mr. Portman, it seems that I need to amend my assumptions regarding this case. Yo. Great, so you finally come to your senses. Mr. Edgeworth? Sir, what are you saying? This has been a big misunderstanding on my part from the start. I had assumed that the person I ran into was the killer, but that may not be the case. What do you mean? The person I ran into was just your average thief. A thief? But sir, doesn't that cause some sort of contradiction in the facts? Not at all. It simply means the killer was someone else. And it means that in actuality, 2 culprits stole into my office tonight. What do you mean 2? It explains both why my shelves were disturbed twice and how there were 2 guns. Mr. Portsman tricked Miss Bird and gained entry to my office. Now you're just leading the argument. You still don't have any actual proof, you know? If you can please go along with my hypothetical scenario for now, Mr. Portsman. In the end, if you really are innocent, you should have nothing to worry about. Grr. Now then, returning to my scenario, Mr. Portman was out to steal something from me, which is why he checked my secret safe and ransacked my shelves. This is the first time. So then, this would be when the files were put back in the wrong order, right? Correct. And then, just when he was about to look somewhere else, who should walk in but his own partner, Mr. Faith? Well, why did Mr. Faith come into your room, sir? He probably had business with Mr. Portman, which is why he was in the area. But that's when he noticed sounds coming from my office. Would be my guess. What's the worst one you played so far? I mean, all of them have been pretty good. I enjoyed all the games in the trilogy. Oh, because you were supposed to be away, right? And it's hard to say which one's worse than the others because between the first trilogy, they all had an overarching story. Which I'm assuming these two games will also probably have an overarching story as well. And he must have thought it was odd, so he came into this office to check it out. Correct. As a detective, that was the right thing to do. But when he came in, he found his own partner standing there. Because it was Mr. Portsman, Mr. Faith probably let his guard down. But Mr. Portman was not so merciful as to let him leave alive. He waited for a chance to steal Mr. Faith's gun from him, and then he killed him. He silenced Mr. Faith for catching him in the act of stealing. Look at this guy sweating bullets again. This was the moment in which the first shot was fired, the one that landed in my files. Following that, Mr. Portsman wiped down the gun and left it behind as he made his exit. He could afford to do that because he had also left the fake dying message behind. You're such a complicated troublemaker, you know that? Well, if things were as simple as that, then all would be solved. However, there was yet another visitor to my room, and this is where it gets complicated. There was another visitor, sir? Yes, and this person's objective was also to steal something from me. Now then, even after Mr. Portsman left, the door to my office remained unlocked. However, this new visitor had no way of knowing that, and so they stole the master key from the security guard's room. Ah, that makes sense. And then entered my room and searched through my shelves. This was the second time they were disturbed, and it seems the thief found their prize. They stole the stolen zero file, right, sir? Correct. Only just as the thief was about to leave with the file, I appeared. The thief then threatened me with their own gun and made their escape. The second bullet was fired during that brief encounter. So the shelves getting messed up twice and the two bullets, it was all because two different people were doing those things at two different times. Precisely. So now you see, Mr. Portsman. The person I met with was just a thief, and was not, in fact, Mr. Faith's killer. This game is so sad, is my reaction to that. Heard the cowardly dog. Your alibi for the time frame in which I ran into the other person is now irrelevant, because we now know that the murder took place during the first culprit's visit. Ha ha ha. What's so funny, pal? Absolutely splendid. Your scenario explains everything. Of course it does. It's Mr. Edgeworth after all. But you know, it still doesn't change the fact that it's all circumstantial. Supposing, if, and that's a big if, your theory is right, it would indeed render my alibi, which has withstood scrutiny, mind you, irrelevant. But there is still one defining point of your argument for which you have no evidence. Your supposition that I was the first visitor. Mr. Edwards, you can't let him get away with that, sir. But he has a point. I have absolutely no proof at this point. Don't say that, sir. I don't believe this. Don't worry, Maggie. I'll do something if I must. You know something? I find your attitude to be somewhat peculiar, Mr. Edgeworth. If the person you met really was just a plain old thief, then why is that person not your main suspect? That is, if your theory is correct. That thief you ran into should be your real suspect, wouldn't you say? We should be out there looking for that thief right now. They might still be nearby. I hate to repeat myself, but as I've already said, I was training in my room. And when Jim came to deliver some evidence to me, I was down at criminal affairs. So I can't be expected to know what happened around here after I left. What the heck? How does he know Jim came to give him stuff if he said he didn't see the note? So you think we should be out there looking for the thief? Of course, now isn't the time to be having these dead-end discussions. I don't think it's all dead-ended. I find your alibi to be fascinating. Let's continue where we left off, shall we? I know he's lying. I know he was there at the scene of the crime. But just to find a way to prove it. Bro, I'll prove it right now, bro. I'm already locked in. It's over for this bozo. I thought my internet fried. You should become a lawyer. Absolutely not. And have ace turn inspiration. I already know which statement I'm gonna freaking blow him up on. This is crazy, because how does he know Jim came to deliver him evidence?
Hold it!
Why didn't you go there with Mr. Faith? Ah, that's because he said he was tired and was going to take a quick nap. You know those sofas in the hallway, he likes to sleep on those. It's one of his habits. And what of the evidence he brought? There were things related to yesterday's case, just 2 items, a gun and a pendant? That's gotta be cap. Interesting, this piece of testimony seems too crucial to let slip through. I bet he got the number wrong. I bet it's not 2. 3 pieces. You're so stupid. You're so stupid. Get fucked. Only 2 pieces. I believe the proper phrase here is, you fail. Excuse me? You fail as a prosecutor, Mr. Portman, as you intend to keep evidence hidden from me. What are you talking about? I haven't hidden anything from you. Well, here's a piece I think you should read carefully. Ah, it says that Mr. Faith was bringing 3 pieces. Yes, and this is the victim's real dying message to you, Mr. Portsman. I can't believe it. To get tripped up by simple arithmetic. Where is the missing piece of evidence? It's... You have it, don't you? Only the guilty would make such a face. Detective Gumshoe. You don't have to say it, sir. I'll pat the guy down from head to toe. What? Don't come any closer, I'm warning you. This is all part of the investigation, pal, so don't even think about stopping me. No. Hey, what's this? He had this on him, sir. Despite what you said, it would appear that you do have something to hide. But why would he hide something like that? There's only one reason why anyone would hide evidence of this caliber. Because it would unequivocally point to that person himself as the real killer. Let's examine the videotape in a little more detail for the section of the tape that will drive the last nail into his coffin. Oh, this is the incident he was looking for. Oh, well, there's blood there too. Ah, that's blood, isn't it? Yes, and I believe this is what the good prosecutor was trying to hide from us. This blood is still fresh. You mean this might be Detective Faith's blood? No, you've got it all wrong. No amount of denial can save you. We have but to run a blood test to find the truth. You told us that you had received evidence from the victim earlier. Now you will tell us when and how did the victim's blood find its way under this video. Yeah, it's totally suspicious. Was it at the moment of his death? Did Detective Faith have this videotape on his personage when you killed him? You know very well there's no way to prove that. Not even if we were to examine this tape for fingerprints? Gah! If I had to take a guess, I'd say the only ones here who would, oh my god. The only ones here would belong to that murderess. I can't read! I'd say that the only ones on here would belong to the murderers, you, and Mr. Faith. Damn, why did I struggle so much? No, impossible. I'm... Eee! Bro, look at him biting the gold medal. He ate it! Oh, hell no! He ate the gold medal to kill himself. That's crazy. Mr. Portman had been placed under arrest for the murder of Detective Buddy Face, sir. Very good. And the results we got back from the lab techs on the tape turned out to be real solid, sir. The blood work came back and it was definitely Mr. Face's blood on there. And as a bonus, they were also able to lift a few of Mr. Face's fingerprints as well. Thank you very much, Mr. Edgeworth. I still can't believe I got to see your cool deduction skills outside the courtroom. I'm impressed beyond words, sir. It was nothing. I'm just sorry you got caught up in the murder in my office. Please accept my apologies. It was nothing, really, compared to what I've been through, I mean. I consider myself lucky that it was only a burglary and a murder this time. If it had been a holdup or a hostage situation, I'd have thrown my hands up in the air. I think I'm finally rising up from a goddess of misfortune to an unlucky person. Bro, don't say that. I bet she's gonna get involved again, huh? She's gonna be involved again. Something tells me we should have hired a different person for security detail. You know something, sir? That Mr. Portsman really was one corrupt prosecutor. And why would you say he was corrupt? Well, I heard that there was a number of suspicious things related to his court cases. There's even rumors about how some of the evidence he used is forged, sir. Forged evidence, huh? And they say he even decided not to prosecute a few cases for some really vague reasons. Ooh, that guy was a complete disgrace to the entire profession. We never did get around to asking what his reason was for breaking into my office. Yeah, whenever we got near that topic, he just clammed up. Although we can be pretty certain that it was to steal something. This is just between you and me, sir, but there's a rumor that some sort of huge organization is involved behind the scenes. Oh, well. With Mr. Portsman not willing to divulge anything, it certainly lends credits to that rumor. It would seem that we haven't heard the last of this. Huh? That Mr. Portsman isn't the bad guy? I didn't say that, but rather that there are still many more mysteries for us to solve. For example, we still haven't figured out the significance of this piece of evidence. Oops, hit the wrong thing. It's the second gun, right? Or not the second gun, freaking this.
Take that!
The person who stole this file, the other villain of the night. Yeah, I wonder who it was. And what happened to the stolen pages? I wonder, who in the world was it that held me up at gunpoint? Mr. Edwards, sir. Yes? I came across this while I was processing your office earlier, sir. This card. What is it, sir? Is that a bird or something on there? It's not just any bird. It's the mark of the raven. A three-legged raven. Even you should know what this is, detective. Oh, it's about that thing, isn't it? That great thief everyone's talking about. Yes, it is the mark of the great thief. What the? Yatagarasu? Under the mark of a legendary bird, the Yatagarasu is noble to the end. A modern Robin Hood. Labeled mysterious and phantom-like, the Yatagarasu appears and vanishes at will. Though we don't know much about this thief's ultimate goal, we do know the targets. The Yatagarasu likes to find and make public evidence of corrupt dealings of all sorts. The theft is always performed in silence and always with perfection. Once a target is chosen, no dramatic calling card or announcement is set forth. Instead, the chosen corporation is infiltrated without even the target noticing. Some days later, the evidence that was found is sent out to the mass media, along with this single card, although it has been a while since the Yatagara's last appearance. Hey, Mr. Edward, look, something's written on the back. What? Let me see. It's the location of where the thief put the stolen files. So the person who stole the contents of the files was the Yatagarasu. Yatagarasu. Organization. Quite a few keywords are popping up in this mystery. The murder in my office. The return of the great thief, Yatagarasu. Looking back, I can't say I didn't see these events coming. For they were heralded by the incidents that began to occur 2 days ago. The end. Dang. So we're done part 1. So there's an organization and a freaking phantom thief, bruh. Remember the phantom thief from the last game? That shit was crazy. But not bad, not bad. I guess, say that again? What, phantom thief or organization? Kind of nuts. But yeah, W stream. Phantom thief? Wait, why do you want me to say phantom thief again? Bwah, 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 Persona. Oh my god, give up your hearts. Arsene. Aha. Anyways, I think this is a good place to wrap up the stream for today. We finished up 1 episode. We'll start episode 2 next Wednesday when we play more Ace Attorney Investigations. Is there anybody that I want to raid? You know what? Not really, bro. We've been on the streak of just ending the streams. And you know what? I think that's okay. Peak is back? Yeah, you know what? Peak might be back. Now, you know what real Peak's about to be back? This Friday, when we finally start Yakuza 7. That's about to be crazy, bruh. New freaking protagonist with Ichiban. That's about to be a movie. So, if you want to be able to witness that, pull up this Friday where we start Yakuza 7. Obviously, more Ace Attorney Investigations next Wednesday, like I said. And we'll continue Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance on Monday, bro. We got a packed schedule for the next couple months between Kingdom Hearts, Ace Attorney, and Yakuza. Anyways, that's it for me. Shout out to everybody who came to the stream today. Very much appreciate it. If you're new here, you're not subbed to the YouTube, go sub to the YouTube, bro. I'd very much appreciate it. That's where I post videos every week, shorts every couple days. If you're ever looking for more content, that's where you can find it. YouTube dropped a community feature. You know how Twitter has communities? Now YouTube has communities. So if you're subbed to my YouTube channel and you're on YouTube mobile, bro, you can contribute to the community. I don't know how that's gonna work. I feel like YouTube's kind of crazy for implementing that because YouTube's filled with scumbags, but I guess that's how they want to move. Anyways, like I said, I'll catch you on Fridays for the first stream of Yakuza 7. I'll see y'all then, bro. As always, stay safe, wash your hands, drink water, all that fun stuff. Use your head, use your best judgment because the world's in some crazy times. I'll see y'all on Friday. Goodbye. Goodbye. Give us another 2 hours. This is insane, bro. I'm literally dying from heat and I'm starving. I'm gonna go eat dinner. Meow for us? Yeah, mods. Crush their skull. Crush their skull. I need to finish that mod bot, bro. Some of y'all moving crazy. Happy Wednesday. Alright, bye.